Goddamn.
Yeah, goddamn is right, man. Goddamn is right. How's everybody doing, man? Welcome back to another edition of NHP. Welcome back to another edition of the news. This is episode 294 of the news, as we are on here today to give you guys the news as well as the Survivor Series War Games San Diego predictions. So, again, how's everybody doing here today for another edition of the news? Thank you guys for joining us. As always, this is a bit of an earlier start time than usual. As you guys know, we go at 3 p.m. Central. We are on here at 12 p.m. Central. So we do appreciate you guys hopping on with us a little bit early here today, just due to scheduling and whatnot, man. So, yeah. So, again, thank you guys, as always, for joining us for the special start time, man. So we got a pretty busy weekend ahead. Obviously, like I said, we got the news today, SmackDown tonight, and then War Games tomorrow night. So that is going to be interesting to see how that whole thing goes. Like I said, we will end you guys off with the predictions here today. Wow, it looks like we're being counter-programmed by our very own manager Logan. He's counter
Oh,
programming
that's
us.
crazy, man.
So
Counter programming.
if you guys want to go tap in with Logan, he's playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Mysteria Ecclesi.
There you go. I have no idea if that's right or not.
I definitely said that right. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining us as always for another edition of the news. If this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central, we are on here with NHP Unscripted. Every Friday, normally at 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. And for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW, we are live directly after the show goes off the air with the official post-show review. Like I said, we will be live tomorrow night for Survivor Series War Games, the post-show review for that. As well as our next one after that is a scary one, man, because after Survivor Series, the next post-show review is the last time we will see the GOAT perform in the ring, man. So that is wild to think about, bro. We literally have one more post-show review, and then the last time is now. Yikes.
That's crazy. Last time is fucking now. It's crazy.
It really is, man. Crazier than you are. But so we will be live tomorrow night with the War Games post-show review. So if you guys did miss this past Tuesday's edition episode of Unscripted, that's available for you guys on all platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Central for Unscripted, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merch, you guys can now get this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can find this beautiful piece of Notorious merchandise live on there as we speak. And with that being said, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. Sir K, please let everybody know what you're smiling about today.
You know, man, I'm definitely smiling because it's Survivor Series weekend. And, you know, man, this War Games have just been set up so greatly. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited for these 4 matches we get tomorrow night. Maybe 5. They'll probably add some bullshit tonight. Unless it's dragging off, then it wouldn't be bullshit. But other than that, man, we got Survivor Series tonight or tomorrow night. And, yeah, it's happening. Other than that, everything's been pretty good. Felt a little sick on Thanksgiving night, not during the day, thankfully, but like last night. So hopefully nothing comes from that. I feel good today, so hopefully there's no sickness. I really fucking hope not, man. But other than that, other than Thanksgiving, which was great for me, how was it for you guys, man? Happy Thanksgiving. How was your guys' Thanksgiving? But other than that, things have been great, man. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing? Watching the replay. What about you, bro? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Man. Ready to enjoy the weekend. Ready to enjoy, hopefully enjoy Survivor Series, man. But speaking retrospectively, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Obviously, I know it was yesterday, but happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We appreciate the hell out of you guys, man. We appreciate, very, very thankful for you guys. Very thankful for this podcast. Very thankful for this platform. Very thankful that we get to come on here. Very thankful that we've been consistent for almost 6 years with something that we're passionate about, man. That speaks a lot to our character, and that speaks a lot to how much we truly care about this. Thankful for all my family. And last but certainly not least, man, I'm thankful for you, bro. So Hope you guys truly had an amazing, amazing, amazing Thanksgiving. Again, very thankful for all of you guys, man. You guys know, um, we have we've grown the NHP family a lot,
Wow.
man. Um, Also, I do hate bringing this kind of thing up because it is cool to see, but I also try not to look at things as numbers. But we really do also want to say thank you guys so much for getting the channel past 600 subs. Again, it's not a number thing. It's never a number thing. But I still do want to appreciate um and be thankful for all of the new viewers that we have gotten. So, thank you guys for the people that helped us get over 600 subs, and thank you guys for the people that have been here since way before that, man. Super thankful for all you guys. Thank you guys for just listening to us. It really means a lot. Um, Again, you guys have no reason to listen to, you know, two two kids from Chicago just that are just passionate about wrestling, man. All these old geezers and all these vets in the business have a podcast that you know a lot of people would rather listen to, man. So the fact that you guys choose us, it really means a lot. It really means a lot to me. Again, man, this was something we started just with the mindset of having fun, and I'm so glad we never got away from that mindset. We've always moved and stepped with the mindset of just coming on here to just have fun and just talk about what we're passionate about. Um, so none of this is possible without you, bro. Absolutely none of it is possible without you. You come out here every week, the same way I do, and just with the goal to try to pop each other, and hopefully that pops you. Hopefully that pops. Hopefully that pops you guys as well, man. So, super thankful for you. Not even just with the podcast, but with life. You've obviously been my best friend for fucking as far as I can remember, bro. So super thankful for you, man, and truly all the time you put into this, and thank you for letting me try to pop you every week. That just sounds horrible. How would- that,
Yeah, that could be a crazy out of context sentence, but
that is so horrible.
but, uh, but no, bro, I'm always thankful for you, bro. And like you said, not to be like on the numbers, man, but over 600, it's always thankful and just crazy to see stuff like that. And
Yeah.
truly thank you guys for being here, joining us. And if you've been here for staying with us, man. And speaking of numbers, man, we're only 6 weeks away from NHP 300. That's crazy,
Fuck.
man. That's crazy. Should be Friday, January 9th. We should be hitting that date, which is fucking wild, man. I'm truly thankful for you, bro. In the podcast, out the podcast, everything for all you guys watching, and just for the fact that we can do this, man. We get on here, pop each other, talk shit about Triple H, um, all day, every day, and it's amazing, dude. It really is. But you know what? Also, another thing I'm very obviously thankful for you for, man, is to watch these pay-per-views together, man.
Oh my
Because
god. It's huge.
watching these pay-per-views without somebody, oh man, I don't, man, that shit is fucking rough, dude. So thank you for always being there to keep each other awake.
Oh, dude. Oh god. Yeah, I don't the amount of pay-per-views that I would have had absolutely no memory of because I know for a fucking fact I would have fell asleep is absolutely abysmal. So yes, I have to say thank you to you as well, man, cuz there's been a lot of pay-per-views that my head should have smacked the pillow for. But thanks to you, they did not. And we were able to watch and review the show because holy fuck, we've sat through a lot of boring shows together. So hopefully, Triple Idiot doesn't have some tricks up his fucking sleeve. I don't know what the fuck he's got up his suit these fucking days. It's not any care for his job at this point, but yeah. So hopefully that's not in the case of tomorrow. But no, had had a great Thanksgiving. Had a great Thanksgiving. Spent it with the OG. Spent it with the missus, man. So very super thankful for that. Ate a lot, ate too much food. So you guys know how that goes, man. So hope you guys truly had a great Thanksgiving. Again, super thankful for you guys. I really can't explain how thankful I am for all you guys, man. You guys are truly our NHP family. That's not just a name. That's a real thing. At least to me it is, bro. But again, super thankful for you guys, man, and thankful for this platform, man, and just that again we all get to come together every week. And yes, we talk about wrestling, but we also do talk about other things, man, and it really creates a special bond. So I appreciate the hell out of
It
that.
really does.
So again, appreciate you guys so much, man. Very, very, very thankful for you guys. So yeah, so again, happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And now we move on to Black Friday, man. So with that, hope you guys do save that money, man. So hope you guys save that money on this Black Friday. Um, the fucking world we live in today. Everything's fucking expensive. WWE shop shirts because of fucking Triple H's bald ass. They went up to $35, $34.99 a shirt. I remember when those motherfuckers were $24.99 a shirt. Okay? And now because of fucking Martin Scorsese and his fucking bald idiot mindset, now we're with Fanatics and we have $34.99 t-shirts, man. So hope you guys save your money. Get your Christmas gifts now, bro, because it only goes down from here.
It really does, man. It's only going to get worse and worse. 30 fucking plus dollars for these wrestling t-shirts is insane, dude. These
God,
designs suck too.
fucking horrible. Fucking Triple H, dude. That's for you guys. As for you guys, man. As Durante always asks, I am good. Family's good. What about you? Durante, Logan, Bell, OG. We got my guy Lonnie in the house. And we have the one and only Mr. Walk him down and cut they shiz off. Oh, wait. First of all, he is the owner. Forgot to say, he is the owner of GDR Finances LLC. We have Mr. Walk him down and cut they shiz off. Mr. Walk him down and cook that shit up. Mr. Walk him down and run that marathon. Mr. Walk him down and run that event. Gotti Devon is in the house. We got my guy Gotti, bro. How are you doing? How's everybody doing here today? Let's see. Gotti says he was in a coma. And yesterday was his cheat day. Yes. Same as well, man. I usually meal prep all week for the week. But sorry, I just read Lonnie's comment. Which usually I meal prep for the week, but obviously you're not eating a fucking meal prep on Thanksgiving, bro.
Oh.
With the way the missus cooks and with the way OG cooks, bro, you ain't meal prepping on Thanksgiving, man. So obviously,
No, you can't.
Stephanie McMahon, she fucking said before that Triple H don't eat nothing out of a fucking container. We all know that dork was eating them fucking meal prep on Thanksgiving. I'm not doing that, okay? But
Yeah.
he's probably too busy he's probably too busy sitting at the fucking Thanksgiving table thinking about somebody's entrance, okay? So that's what Triple H is probably doing on Thanksgiving. Gotti, the worst part about that comment is I did the exact same fucking thing. I literally have a meal prep today that's a fucking leftover plate from Thanksgiving. So,
Oh, yeah. Way to do it.
that's the best part about that, bro. So, yeah, no, I 100%. Lonnie says he's thankful that the GOAT, Drizzy Drake, is dropping soon.
Is he?
I don't...
Hmm. I haven't. When was the
God,
last thing he dropped?
that's a
What the fuck was
great.
that? Was it?
Was it?
Was that one album?
Was it the?
No, was that really?
That was the song they used for WrestlePalooza.
Oh
The
yeah, there
the
was that song.
the the sexy album or sexy song album. I think it was called something. If
Something
that's
like
not the
that.
name of that album, then I just sound like an absolute weirdo. I'm pretty sure it was something sexy song or something. Sexy songs or something like that. I don't fucking know. I gotta say, I have to admit, I was bumping some old Drake in the car yesterday. I'm sorry. Okay. But
Old stuff you gotta bump.
Headlines is just too good. It's just too good.
No,
Um
it really is too good.
what was it? Over is another one. That was from Thank Me Later, I think.
Iceman. Is that the next album? Iceman? Oh god.
Ice. Wow. Iceman. Wow. Nokia. Yeah, that's the song they use for
Ah,
WrestlePalooza.
Nokia.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I think that album name was like Sexy Songs to like dance to or some shit like that.
Sexy songs to dance
Some
to.
goo.
Wow.
It was something like
What?
that, right? It was some stupid shit. Hold on, I gotta look this up now. Hold
I
on.
swear it's sexy song something. Something sexy songs. It is
Oh yeah,
some
it's some sexy songs for you.
for you.
For you. He gave number 4 and then the letter U.
Is he talking about like for you, Sir K? Sounds like something you
And then
listen to.
all the S's are dollar signs in it too. God, he is corny.
Uh, to
God.
to say the least. To say the least. Gotti says he went on a 4 out of 4. He went 4 out of 4 on a parlay yesterday on all upsets. Says he needs the Texans to beat the Colts on Sunday, and he needs the Giants to beat the Patriots on Monday.
It's good.
I hope all that happens. I can't give you a prediction. If only manager
I
Logan
couldn't
was
tell you
here,
anything.
but he is too busy counter
Maybe
programming us.
he is
Manager
kind of
Logan is
programmed.
counter programming us right now. This is
That's
craziness.
crazy.
It's crazy. I never thought I'd see the day. Manager Logan is counter programming us. But speaking of counter programming, Paul Dorkface Levesque. I mean, not Levesque. Levesque. Paul Dorkface Levesque. Whatever his fucking name is. He's too busy counter programming AEW, which just so happens to be the same company we're going to go over first today. So, like I said, we're going to start you guys off with AEW news, as we're going to end with WWE news, and then we'll go right into the Survivor Series predictions. Again, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Happy Black Friday to you guys. Thank you guys so very much for joining us for another edition of the news, man. We appreciate you guys. As always, man. So, again, start you guys off with the AEW news. We have news on last weekend's AEW Full Gear, which ended up being a okay show. It was kind of just happened. It wasn't really the most eventful AEW show, but it also wasn't Dynasty. I can't say the show was bad. It was just bleh, if that makes sense.
Literally. Yeah, Dynasty was the worst AEW show I've ever watched. Besides one match, that show was completely pointless. I literally don't remember anything else. Full Gear, it was good. The ending I liked, but a lot of it just happened.
Um Yeah, I can't remember much else of what happened on that show, literally, other than the ending. Um, uh,
I mean, FTR won the tag titles, man.
that's probably why I don't
Yay.
remember it. Well, according to, oh, wow, we're starting off with Uncle Dave, man. This is great.
Oh,
According to Uncle Davey, he says that AEW Full Gear likely drew AEW's best pay-per-view buy since All in Texas. He says it's probably the biggest number since All In, which is better than I expected. The numbers that I've seen are way up from the last two shows, so it was a very successful show. PW Insider then goes on to report that morale was very high backstage following AEW Full Gear.
look at that.
Well, first and foremost, I can say I mean I can say I'm happy for AEW again. I don't not saying I'm not saying I don't understand why they're happy, but um I didn't think the show was that spectacular to where the morale would be very high, but I'm also not mad at this because, again, this is what we asked for many years ago with AEW when the whole Punk drama and all you heard about was people fighting. Everybody was just left asking, why can't everybody just be fucking happy, right? So I am glad that that everybody was happy. Maybe the morale was high following the ending, which was, I mean, that was good. I mean, that was obviously great seeing Joe win the championship and then Swerve return. So, there's that to be happy about. But overall, um, oh, there was another good match on that. The money match, the Jurassic Express and Omega versus the Bucks and the fucking doorknob. Yeah, that was a really good
Yeah,
match. Yeah. Oh, that was
that was really good.
well there was two good man. Well, Joe and Hangman was okay. There was one good match and a good ending on the show. So,
Exactly.
again, kind of split here. So, like I said, I'm very happy morale was high. Morale should be high. You guys are all getting paid a fucking boatload of money by a very rich guy that lives on a yacht, and you guys get to go out there with hardly any handcuffs on. So there's a lot to be happy about working for AEW. And I'm glad morale was very high. I just don't understand why it was after this show. But again, I'm not going to question it because this is what we asked for after all.
This is what we asked for, just good morale backstage in the company. Again, thought it was a fine show. I don't think it's like fucking dap up with your boys after the show ends type of good show. But it was to them backstage, so that's a good thing. They should be enjoying and proud of what they do. So I'm glad for that overall, man. And it's overall, it's good for them. It's good for them. I don't think it was probably dap up with your boy worthy after the show,
Right.
but if they enjoyed it, they enjoyed producing it, and they enjoyed what they produced. That's all that matters, man. Is that you're confident and enjoying what you're producing.
100%. 100%. And hey, again, the show turned out, what it was, but at the end of the day, if the talent had fun and the fans enjoyed the show, and typically that is all that matters. Again, don't think the show
Exactly.
was that great, but hey, the
Hey,
more power
you
to him, I
enjoyed it.
guess. I can't, yeah.
Exactly.
Again, it wasn't the worst AEW. Now, if they were dapping up after All in Texas, all right, I got you. If they were dapping up after Forbidden Door, I don't know how they pulled that off, but that actually ended up being a fucking phenomenal show. If they want to dap up after Revolution, gotcha. Completely
Okay.
understandable. This one's a little less understandable, but again, hey, I'm not gonna knock their happiness. They should be happy.
They should be. Exactly. It's good that they're happy about the product they're producing, man. Everyone's not just fucking boxing each other backstage.
Correct. Correct. Yes, and we also, again, there is things to be thankful for. We are not in the creative state of 2023 AEW or most parts of 2024 AEW as well. So, you know, there is there the brighter day for AEW is upon us, man. So speaking of Full Gear, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, what's the word with Samoa Joe winning the AEW championship? Everybody was very shocked at this. Most people didn't know if this was like a spur of the moment thing. Most people don't know what this was, right? Was this supposed to happen? Was this spontaneous? Was this, was this the plan? Well, Alvarez from The Observer recently shed some light on this, and he stated that Samoa Joe's AEW championship win was planned for a while. He says they have a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but they have one because it was not something where Vince McMahon showed up the day of the show and changed the finish. What is he talking? Okay. This has been planned. This is
the analogy, but
it's so random. Okay. This has been in the works for a while. This was planned for a while, and we'll see where it goes. How do you feel about this? Do you think this was? Do you believe this? Do you think that? And do you think this was something good?
overall, I'm overall happy with the Joe win. I know a lot of people were mad, and Twitter they get all weird. They were talking about how Hangman isn't trusted to be a long time world champion or some dumb shit. You know how it goes. They fail to realize Tony Khan is just not good at booking babyface world champions or just babyface champions in general. Usually they have a short reign, so this is nothing new from AEW, and there's nothing wrong with short reigns, especially and personally for me, dude. After that Roman reign, no matter the company, I don't want these super long reigns anymore. Not saying they all have to be super short, but I don't mind when they're short overall, man. And I think Joe is a great person to take it. So I'm not mad at the decision. Plus, with the news we had a couple weeks ago of like Joe retiring probably after this contract, I wouldn't be shocked if that's why he got the world title here, is because, he's only got a few years left to be able to be world champion. So I actually wouldn't doubt that's another reason that Joe did win. But apparently it's been in the plans. I heard the time frame of around a month before Full Gear was planned, man. And I thought it was more of a spur of the moment thing. If that is not the case, then you know what? I commend them. Overall, I don't think it's a bad decision. A lot of people were mad at it, and I'm cool with it. I'm down to see where it goes. It shocked the hell out of me. I thought that was going to be a nothing Hangman win, and he lost, man. And he lost, and Joe's world champ now. I'm cool with it. I'm very interested to see where it goes. I like the ops. I like Hook back in the ops, and I like him helping Joe to win the title. Apparently, people also really hated that aspect of it. I overall liked everything with it, man. And it's one of those things where it's not one of those things I would have expected to happen, or I would have even thought to book, or thought they would book. But I'm down for the ride, man. I'm down to see where they take this whole thing, man. I got ideas. I think it's around, obviously Hangman, Swerve, possibly the Elite joining in on the babyface side to help, and all that seems really cool to me, man. But what about you? What do you think about this? And are you shocked it was planned?
So a little bit. So reading further, I'm seeing that, like you said, Tony Khan made the call about a month ago to take the belt. He said, I'm going to take the belt off Hangman because they felt they hit a dead end with Hangman, but it was self-inflicted. It was a self-inflicted and self-imposed problem. At the same time, he found himself about a month before the pay-per-view saying, I don't really have anywhere else to give the current lay of the land in my promotion. He made the call about a month ago. He said, I'm going to take the belt off him because this is the lane I'm going to generate more interest and direction for storyline purposes. That's the choice he made. And basically, that's why he took the belt off Hangman. So, to answer your question, am I shocked it was a spur of the moment thing? Yes, it was a very shocking decision. I thought that was going to be, I literally just thought it was another throwaway match to, just for Hangman to, buy more time until, Kyle Fletcher or Konosuke Takeshita freed up, or, one of these heels on the main roster, one of these heels on their roster, freed up. So, to me, it was a little bit shocking. However, I didn't mind it at all. Like you said, there are a lot of people that are very upset with Samoa Joe winning the championship. Again, I don't really see the problem with that. I think Samoa Joe was a great world champion the first time. When you talk about long title reigns, I actually, and this is gonna sound so fucking wild. In hindsight, the Roman reign kind of, I guess, buttered me up to long title reigns even more when done correctly. Now, I'll say this. If you have somebody with a long title reign and it generates the level of interest that, Seth Rollins' last World Heavyweight Championship, or like imagine Jey Uso having a long world title reign. Those kind of world title reigns, I'm not a fan of. Would I be so crazy to say? Now, everything worked out in the end. But I feel like retrospectively, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually don't think I would have minded Jon Moxley's reign going a year. Now,
And
this is fucking wild, but retrospectively, other than the Adam Copeland feud, looking back, I actually enjoyed most of the Death Rider stuff. I didn't enjoy the Swerve match at Dynasty or the whole Copeland feud and match. Most of the other shit, though, I actually kind of enjoyed.
I remember people hated like the four pillars thing they did. Like I think it was a full year last year, was it? I remember liking it overall at the time, and I get what you mean, man. I get what you mean because like you make this whole story around, and you know they say Tony Khan hit a roadblock with Hangman, and I understand that because at the end of the day, Hangman wasn't even, I'm sure, the original person to beat Mox for that title in the original plans for all of that shit. He just did it because he got the momentum at the time, and he wanted to take it off Moxley probably a little earlier than originally planned to. So it's really not Hangman's or really anyone's fault that they kind of hit a roadblock there because of course you did. You had to go with a spur of the moment thing and change plans. And that's okay. And I think it worked out very well. But overall, if this is the Death Rider story they went with, I wouldn't have minded overall now. We are saying that because he is not in the world title scene right now. So maybe it's just, I don't know, but I don't know if I disagree with you on that one.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
So,
Just,
Carol22 in the
oh, it was
chat
World's End.
says, yes, it was World's End. Yeah, Full Gear was Orange Cassidy. That did, okay, I forgot about that match. That match also did suck. But other than that, other than those three matches and the Copeland build, retrospectively, bro, I don't think, I think maybe Moxley's Death Rider world title reign was a little overhated. Especially the way he ended up ending it. I actually, like, it's so crazy to say, but retrospectively, I don't think I would have really minded if it went another year. But actually, again, like you said, We were having the conversation about long title reigns. Long title reigns don't really bother me when it's done like a Roman's reign.
Mm-hmm.
Only because obviously there was those couple down years, but again, when you're champion for 5 years and you're being booked by Vince, I can't really blame you specifically for that. But when Paul Idiot Levesque took over, things really got great for Roman's title reign. And to me, it might be a corny answer to some people, but that is actually my favorite WWE title reign of all time, because towards the end of that, since Clash at the Castle 2022, they actually put challengers in front of him that you genuinely thought had a chance at beating him. 3 guys come to mind: Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and Cody Rhodes. Now, I know a lot of people might say, yeah, everybody knew Roman was going to beat Sami at Elimination Chamber. That's easy to say now, but in that moment, I was like, dude, I feel like Sami might lose that chamber, but bro, at least at the time, I genuinely thought he had a chance for Roman to wrestle Sami on night 1 and Cody on night 2 for both belts. I genuinely thought that was a possibility at the time. Obviously, Triple H dropped the ball like he fucking proves to do all the fucking time. But at the time, we trusted Triple H. And I trusted you're going to carry through the momentum of Sami Zayn. Obviously, they had him win the tag titles, and then everything fucking fell flat. But, again, he, this is kind of what we do, right? Triple H is kind of what you fucking do. That's what he did. But they did a good job, I thought, at putting guys in front of him that, you thought may actually have a chance to dethrone Roman for one of these championships. And even when they didn't, the story was compelling enough to where you cared, right? I think about guys like Kevin Owens in that regard. Guys that obviously you knew weren't beating Roman for the title, but, the story was still there. The match ended up sucking with Jey Uso. Fucking who would have guessed that? But the story was great. The story was really good, with Jey. But you get my point. So I actually don't really mind long title reigns. Now, when you also have the other side of the conversation for long title reigns, you look at fucking Cody Rhodes. The guy at a year title reign, he had some good matches sprinkled in there, but outside of the story with Kevin Owens, there was really no good story. And Kevin Owens was the sole highlight of that story. I mean, Cody Rhodes has no highlights from the story with Kevin Owens, man. I mean, there was nothing. And now he's on his second world title reign, and my God, am I tired of seeing him with the world championship. And we had the whole summer without him as world champion, so that probably makes that even worse. But anyways, way off track. But Samoa Joe getting the world championship again, I really didn't mind it. And as for the conversation with Hangman Page, they hit a wall with Adam Page. So obviously everything worked out with Hangman being a babyface and winning the championship from Jon Moxley. But a lot of times with AEW, Adam Page is booked maybe a little too babyface while he's world champion. A lot of time, like, I don't know if this is just coming from a place from me wanting to see that heel Adam Page as a world champion. I would have really loved to see how that went, like that deathmatch Hangman, thick mustache, light beard Hangman. I would have really. I don't know if I'm just coming from that place. Also, too, Tony did have the odds stacked against him a little bit with a lot of the injuries, and two, a lot of his top heels are just tied up in other shit, right? I mean, MJF is gone. Jay White, well, Jay White was a babyface, but again, that's another guy. Jay White is injured. Kenny Omega's can only feud with the Don Callis family, and he's partially hurt half the time. All the three Don Callis family guys are tied up in other stuff, and then obviously Kyle Fletcher, when he did face Page for the championship, he was TNT champion, so you know there's no chance of him winning the world title. So there's that. Again, Okada's tied up, Takeshita's tied up. Samoa Joe was in, the trios division at the time, and he ended up being the one to beat him. So you can really see Tony Khan was searching hard, right? Again, to the point where he literally had to go grab the trios world champion, turn him heel, to find his next world champion. Bryan's not there. Darby is tied up with Moxley. Moxley's obviously the one Hangman, won the title from, so obviously he can't be a name involved in that. Christian's, waiting for Adam Copeland to come back. So a lot of people are tied up. And to be 100% honest, bro, they're probably going to run into that same problem with Joe, too. Because, again, you look at their baby faces. Switchblade is out. What are you going to do? Call upon the fucking conglomeration? Are you going to get Kyle O'Reilly to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship? So, they're probably going to run into the same problem with this as well. And then, too, the Continental Classic's going on right now. So, a lot of those guys are tied up as well. So, again, you're probably going to run into the same problem with Samoa Joe, but at least you have a little bit of a fresh start with Joe than you did with Hangman, because Joe's title reign is obviously newer, and Hangman's title had been going on for 5 months at the time. So I don't know why they haven't looked at guys like the Hurt Syndicate. They've been tied up with the Demand. I don't know. I guess they feel that the fucking Demand is more important than the World Heavyweight Championship. So I don't know why they don't look at a guy like Bobby Lashley or somebody like Ricochet. Instead of having them, win a new title, why not have them challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship just to get a new crop of guys in there? Ricochet is absolutely a name they could have threw in there with Hangman Page, who's a babyface, to, give him a banger match for the World Heavyweight Championship and then just elevate him into that main event scene. I wish AEW would take chances with guys like that. You know what I mean? If your champion is, a babyface, you can throw a Ricochet in there. If your champion is a heel, you can throw Kevin Knight. Fucking please throw Speedball Mike Bailey in the main event scene. Give these guys reps in the main event scene, because again, especially guys like Speedball and Kevin Knight, they're young. These guys could be future pieces to your company. Both of them could be future pieces to your company. Throw them in the main event scene now. Obviously, they're not going to win anything, but at least they'll have that main event experience. So hopefully they do that with Samoa Joe, because, now that he is a heel world champion, hopefully they throw him some of these younger, which is again why, the Fletcher match ended up turning out so great. Again, he's a young guy. Just throw him in there. Throw him in a main event spot, and guess what? He ended up doing great. Man, and just get him those reps in the main event scene. So again, Speedball and Kevin Knight especially, guys like that, dude, throw them in that main event scene. Your guys were hurt. Swerve was out. Switchblade, Will Ospreay was out. Some of your major baby faces were out. Give them guys like that. Again, I don't really know how things are going to go now that Swerve is back. I feel like Swerve will end up being the one to take the championship off of Joe.
Likely. I see it.
But yeah, man, I mean, at the end of the day, it really should have been up to Tony to throw, them heel guys in there, a little bit, some of his younger heel guys in there a little bit more, I felt. Again, you talk about Adam Hangman Page, excuse me, you could have threw him in there with Daniel Garcia. You could have threw him in there with Pac. You could have thrown him in there with guys like that, man. So, it really is up to Tony to build these guys up because, again, what happens when Will Ospreay gets hurt? When Swerve? When Hangman? When Jay White gets hurt? When MJF isn't there? So I really hope moving forward, Tony Khan does do better at building some of these younger guys because his select younger guys, he does do a great job at, but it really is just to select younger guys. And pretty much the only really young guy that gets that level of opportunity is Kyle Fletcher right now. At least he's somebody who's not fully established, but he really is the only one it feels like that as a young guy does get the full amount of opportunities that he does. Because again, I wish a guy like Speedball got the level of opportunities that Kyle Fletcher got because I just do think he's on that caliber with him. So,
100%.
so it is up to Tony Khan in that regard, but yeah, personally, I didn't mind the Samoa Joe title the Samoa Joe title win. I didn't mind it at all. Because again, not saying I just talked about how I was, warmed up to long title reigns, but again, that's not to say that everybody's championship reign, and 5 months is a good amount of time. There's nothing wrong with a 5-month title reign. Look at Swerve's title reign from a couple years ago. That ended up being 4 months, and it was great. And again, everybody was pissed then because they thought he should have had a year-long title reign. And I wouldn't have hated that, but at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing in the world that it lasted 4 months. I mean, it's Swerve. He's gonna get the championship back eventually. He's not John Cena on a farewell tour right now. You know what I mean? We're not, we weren't down to 2 dates with Swerve Strickland. So again, he's gonna get the championship back, and everything is gonna work. Again, he's probably gonna get the championship back from Joe, just to prove my point. But yeah, I mean, short title reigns or 4-month 5-month title reigns aren't the worst thing in the world. So again, to anybody who thinks that Page shouldn't have lost the championship, again, I'll say the same thing I said when he lost the first one. It's okay. He's 33 years old. Again, wrestlers wrestle till they're like 50 these days. So again, we got another 15 years with Adam Page. He's going to win 28 more world titles in that time. I mean, I don't know, I don't really understand the gripe there, but hopefully they do good with Joe. And like I said, hopefully they throw him in there with some younger guys, and hopefully they start building younger guys so they are able to not hit walls like they did with Adam Page. And they actually have a large crop of guys that can step up. So, yeah, there you go. So, speaking of AEW, man, we have some news on AEW Shockwave.
That's crazy.
So, according to WrestleNomics, AEW has voluntarily dropped the trademark application for Shockwave after a dispute with NWA. Ever since Billy Corgan left, I don't know what happened with NWA, but they got a lot of beef with AEW, bro. They do, man. First it was the national championship, and now this.
Oh, To be honest, I think this revealed the reason why we have the national championship, is to be petty against them for having to get rid of the Shockwave fucking IP.
I could very well see that, man. So Tony Khan, bro. He's gonna act like a
Fucking petty.
I was gonna say he's gonna act like a nerdy little cornball, which he is, a slimy fucker. But he can get he can get pretty petty when he wants to, man. And like you said, I definitely think this may be a little case of pettiness on the part of Tony Khan. I definitely think he, maybe was a little annoyed that he, because Tony Khan, once he gets these weird show names in his head, he loves it, right? He loves it.
Welcome.
Once he gets attached to an idea, I mean, he really gets attached. So he probably loves Shockwave. He probably had a logo made. He was ready to go. And then this whole dispute happened, and he's like, you know what? Can we do a national championship? To be petty for it. So, yeah, he for sure got a little petty here. Which, Tony, I'm sorry, man. I know you're probably upset about it. Brother, you did not need another weekly show. I swear on my life, you did not need another weekly show.
Didn't work out. I'm so happy Shockwave got canned, dude. Thank God.
Oh, me too, man. Me too. I'm very happy that this show never ended up happening. That dude, Collision barely works. Collision doesn't work. I mean, I guess for a little extra time, it's fine, but nobody watches that. Nobody actually watches Collision. So again, I mean, it's just it's one of those it's just one of those things, man. It's better. It's just better off as an idea. Okay.
Yeah.
So, no AEW Shockwave, and I am not upset at all. I'm actually happy that this show never ended up happening. Again, do you remember how it was? And I can't even say this was Shockwave. This was pretty much just a reskinned, repainted Rampage. It was going to be 1 hour,
Literally.
and it was going to be on, what was it? Supposed to be on a Sunday or something? I mean, what is that?
It was horrible, dude. It was a horrible idea. It was just repainted Rampage, a show that literally got canned. So it did not work out, obviously.
Well, speaking of getting canned, we have Andrade.
This dude.
My God. So Andrade El Idolo, according to an interview he did with Depor TV, he revealed that WWE only activated the 1-year no-compete clause after he returned to AEW. At first, I didn't have a clause. I could fight leaving WWE. Then the clause came when they saw me debut in AEW. Well, now it's nothing more than getting ready, and a normal day is waking up, having dinner, training, going down to the beach, sunbathing, tanning, more than anything, not thinking about that. First of all, why the fuck are you eating dinner first? What time are you fucking waking up, dog? You fucking waking up at fucking 8 o'clock at night? What the fuck? I mean, waking up eating dinner? What the hell's wrong with this guy, man? I mean, well, anyways.
He's fucking going tanning.
So, dude, this exactly, literally exactly, is what we said as soon as this story came out. WWE was not mad at Andrade at all because they didn't think him and Tony Khan were still cool. Little did they know they were. So when he pulled up in AEW, WWE flipped the fuck out because they did not think Andrade would be back. What is that? They saw he debuted in AEW and then activated the clause. How is that legal?
Really? How is that legal? I don't get that. How can you fucking end a contract, have it no complete in the first place? I don't know how they're legal, let alone not activate a literally gone contracts, fucking no compete until after you see him debut in a place you just simply don't want him to be when he doesn't work for you anymore. How is that legal?
That would be like somebody breaking up with their significant other. And then when they go off and find somebody else, you say, wait, no, we weren't broken up.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, what?
That's literally like saying, no, we weren't broken up. You cheated. Like, no, we broke up. We're done. I left. I'm over here now. And now you want to say, no. We're still together. No. No, the fuck, that's not how that works. What do you mean they see you debut in AEW and activated the clause?
Like, is it a button to fucking press? What do you mean they activated the clause?
What? That makes no sense. Again, how WWE is able to fucking do that is so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous to me. And that is very shitty of WWE. And they probably use their political pull to get away with shit like that, because that is abysmal, man. That is absolutely abysmal. That should not be a thing. How that is even fucking legal completely beats me, bro.
Literally.
Andrade then also went on to reveal his attorneys are in talks with WWE over ending his 1-year no-compete clause early. He says the two sides are already reaching an agreement. He says, we can fight, we can go to court, but the lawyers told me that the process may be longer, but it's also the expense, the process, and they are trying to negotiate. So they're trying to negotiate so we don't have to go to court. They are reaching, they have reached a good arrangement and are doing things better. I think I have a date and my lawyer too, but it remains for WWE to officially sign it to say, okay, this is the day Andrade returns to the ring. Personally, I think there should be no negotiating because I just think WWE's wrong here, but we all know they again probably see some sort of right in here for them. So it's good that they're coming to a negotiation, but again, or an agreement, but again, there should be no agreement, bro. I mean, again, I have to stand on that, dude. Like, how is that possible? How is that possible for for you to end things, him to go over somewhere else, and then you say, okay, now you have a no compete? He didn't know. So I don't know. That's just ridiculous, man. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. The turn of events here is crazy. First of all, you don't physically put it in the contract. You just tell him. You don't activate it. You basically just have him just leave the company without a thought in the world and go do whatever. He returns to AEW. You get mad, and then you activate something he wasn't even told about in the first place. And now he can't wrestle for a year, and he has to negotiate a date with you. That's insane, man. That is literally insane that they got away with that.
Absolutely ridiculous, bro. That is man. Um truly Truly some of the craziest stuff. That is some of the craziest political play I've ever seen in my life, bro. I mean, man.
That's insane.
So we got a new AEW signing as Fightful Select is reporting that Lacey Lane, the former Caden Carter, has signed with AEW, not WWE. She got released from WWE. She is signed with AEW. You know, this signing would have been wonderful. I don't know, maybe about a month ago. You also could have signed her partner, Casey Catanzaro or Katana Chance. And, they could have been in, I don't know, the Women's Tag Team Championship tournament right now. But I don't know if Casey will follow or not. I think they would be a great tag team for AEW, especially now that they're going to have a women's tag team division. But good for her. She signed with AEW, man. She signed with AEW. She obviously debuted at the homecoming show against Mercedes Moné. I gotta say, I did feel very bad for her on that night because that was literally the reaction that that is the reaction when you're debuting or returning that every wrestler fears for. You always hear those wrestlers talk about, I was so scared, is anybody gonna care? And 9 times out of 10, it's people saying that, and it sounds stupid because they're huge stars in the business. Like, obviously people are gonna care that you're back. This is the one scenario where I guess that fear was valid because literally nobody gave a shit. And that sucks because she actually is really good. But yeah, again, I'd be lying to say that somebody cared because, dude, that crowd was fucking dead for the debut of Lacey Lane. But hopefully she does great in AEW, man. And again, now that they have a women's tag division, they could probably get away with signing Katana Chance as well.
Definitely. I don't know why they didn't sign her already. Like you said, you have women's tag titles you made. You made a whole tournament around it. Don't know why you wouldn't get what is it, a women's tag team to go do that. But overall, good for Lacey Lane. Glad she's getting this spot, man, and I hope they use her.
For sure. For sure. So, we do have updated images for you guys. I told you guys on the Full Gear review when we did get updated images, we will share them with you guys. So we do have updated clear. As you can see, we do have updated clear images of the AEW National Championship. Like I said on the Full Gear review from last Saturday, once we did get the, clear images, we will show you guys because the only image we had was the still shot of what they actually showed on the broadcast, which was not a good shot of the championship. You could hardly see the top of it. But this is what the championship looks like, man. These are the clear images of it. The images do look better than it looks when you see it on TV. The images, here, I guess, make the belt look not as flat as it does on TV, but still, I thought the championship looked great. I think it does look great. I don't know why it exists, but I think it looks great. Nonetheless, again, the only thing that gets me is the just parts of flat gold. I wish there was a little bit more texturing, which you do see a lot. You do see a little texturing on the championship. I just wish there was a little more texture to it, to the rest of it. But other than that, man, I think this is a beautiful championship. I love the touch of red. I love that little touch of blue in there as well with the globe. And I think overall, man, I think it's a beautiful championship. Again, don't know why it exists, but I think it's a beautiful championship.
100%. Again, like you said, I have no clue why they made this thing. It's literally just a renamed international title that they already have combined and then just basically remade. But overall, the design is really good. I like the design. Little flat, like you said, but it doesn't look bad, man. And overall, I like the red. I like the design, and I think it's a good looking title.
For sure. For sure. So, those are your updated images of the AEW National Championship, which is the third men's mid card championship in AEW. And I know you may say, what do you mean? There's a unified title. Well, from this past week on AEW, fans noticed they had the Continental Championship sitting ringside for the Continental Classic. And Okada came out wearing the OG, International Championship. Everybody was confused. Like, so the unified title was pointless, like we said.
100%.
Sean Ross Sapp shed some light on the situation. He says, hypothetically, if Okada does not win the Continental Classic, he loses the Continental Championship, which is on the line in the tournament finals. He will no longer be unified champion and can't use that belt because of losing the Continental Championship. He will still remain international champion. He says it's needlessly convoluted.
Yes, that is very true. Does Tony Khan not know what unifying the title means? Means the
Tony,
previous two things don't exist.
bro. Okay. First of all, you said. First of all, okay. First of all, when this championship was debuted, there were rumblings this was going to be like AEW's second world title. So you mean to tell me, in hindsight, you created a championship just solely off the fact of the winner of the first Kenny Okada match gets this belt? Because unifying a championship means you're unifying them. That means they are now one title. There is no more splitting. Bro, do you not know what the word unified meant? WWE unified the Universal and the WWE championships for Roman, and they didn't even call him a unified champion. They would announce him as each singular champion. He's the WWE World Heavyweight and the Universal Champion. And they didn't even use, and they still ended up unifying that belt, but they didn't even use that word. You're literally using the word unified because the titles are unified just to split the titles.
And
So,
now we're gonna have
man,
4 mid-card titles. 4. We are literally gonna have an international and a national title. That is insane. That is insane.
oh shit, that's right. I forgot about the TNT title. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
4. I said 3. 4. Yes, wow. We have 4 men's mid-card championships. We will have a TNT championship, an international, a national, and a continental championship.
Insane, bro. That is
Again,
insane again.
why would you use the word unified, and why would you, again, you might as well just had Okada carry around 2 belts and defend them separately then.
Yeah, you might as well. That is not how you can't unify a belt and then be like, well, he's only defending the one half of the other. No, they are one belt now. Neither the individual belts don't exist anymore when you unify. It's just the one new belt. Yeah, horrible, horrible decision making from them on that part, man. Now you have four fucking mid card titles again. Not even again. You have four mid card titles now.
My God. How ridiculous is this, man? How ridiculous. I, I again, Tony, could you just please put some thought behind things you do sometimes? I mean, seriously, dude. Unified. Do you not know what unified means? Unified champion. That means that they're combined. That means they're one title now. That means you can't just break them apart when you want to. He broke them apart, and Okada is, defending the Continental Championship in the tournament, man. And I guess they're just two separate titles now.
Again, even though you unified them into one, when he gets unified, or when he loses one of them, or if he loses one of them, he has to get rid of the unified title, and then he's not even a continental champion. He's still the other title he has, which got unified, but it didn't, because now he individually has them again. Horrible, horrible decision making.
Hunter says in chat, what would happen with the unified belt Okada walks around with? I guess if he loses the C2, he's just done with the unified title and he'll just be the international champion now.
Which is insane.
What the fuck? We all questioned Tony when he went out on that interview and said, well, the titles are still going to be around and the legacy of the titles and the lineage is going to continue. We all questioned, so you're not unifying the championships. Then they had the titles go away, and then they had Okada walking around with this unified championship. And now he's not walking around with the unified championship again. He's just walking around with the international championship, and it's just gone.
God, you just don't have it anymore.
So our questions were valid, is what you're telling me. Because our questioning of this makes no sense was valid. Because what you did, well, essentially what you did here is you created a match, or you created a belt for a match that you were a mark for, Kenny and Okada, and you literally just created a belt for, okay, so that would be like Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes going up against each other again, and you all know Triple H is a mark for that match, so he would create a Roman versus Cody championship.
Genuinely, he created a two-goat championship that was just the unification, quote unquote, of two existing titles where they actually didn't get unified. They were still completely separate. He just held that one title to represent both titles that he had individually. Dog. There was that point he was walking around with three.
Yes. Yep.
So what is it? So the unification, the united title, whatever it is, the unified title means nothing, is what you're telling me. It's just a representation of the two individual titles you have. So that title means nothing.
So with that logic, Samoa Joe can walk around with it too. He's a double champ. So is he the unified champion as well? Is he? Because he unified the world title and one of the trios titles. So again, with that logic, with that stupid ass logic, Samoa Joe can walk around with the unified title as well. Is what you're telling me. FTR could have done it a couple years ago. They could have walked around with two unified championships because they unified, 9 different titles from various companies or whatever it was.
Say, can Mercedes do that? Can she have
Yeah.
the super unified titles?
Can she have the unified Ultimo Monet championship? I mean, what?
They would call. I know they would call it the Ultimo title too.
Oh,
Oh man,
100%. Yeah, they 100%
an
would.
Ultimo champion.
I don't know, man. Stupid as hell, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Again, I truly don't know what the logic behind this was. Um, Essentially, you might as well from now on just call that the Kenny versus Okada championship, because
May
that's
as
what you
well.
created it for. You just wanted a new belt. You wanted a shiny new toy for your dream match that you wanted on American soil. Crazy work. And again, it really does make all of our complaints valid
Really
in the
valid.
end. So
Yep.
nice going, Tony. Uh,
Great job, man.
that's all the news we got for AEW here today. As now we are going to move over to the WWE news. Excuse me, the WWE news here today. But before that, we have an official word from our sponsor here at Notorious Heels, W Energy. W is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula that is sugar-free, 0-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Truly, always got to shout out W, whether workout, whatever you may need the energy for. Now, Thanksgiving has passed, unfortunately. If you didn't have your Thanksgiving dinner, it's too late now, but it's not too late. Christmas coming up, it's Black Friday today, man. So if you want to, if you're getting all your gifts today for everyone you're getting gifts for, hopefully they're sending you the gifts that they want. And if they are, might as well throw some W in there, man. I don't think they'd be mad. I think they'd be very happy. It'll keep them up. They won't have the jitters. It'll keep them focused and it'll taste good all at the same time. Truly, always gotta shout out Dubby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As always, shout out to the great people over at W, the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels. All right, man. WWE. WWE. They, well, I guess not completely WWE, but AAA. WWE's little brother, I guess. So, according to Uncle Dave in The Observer, WWE are expected to secure a U.S. TV deal for AAA very soon. Oh, great. He says, I've been given the impression that they expect there will be such a deal somewhere fairly soon in the U.S. market. According to WWE, Fox is set to broadcast AAA in Mexico, Central and South America, Mexico as well as Central and South America in 2026. This will include major AAA events such as Triple Mania. So, again, in Mexico, Central, and South America in 2026, they will have a TV deal or a broadcasting deal with Fox. As for the U.S., North America, or yeah, the U.S., it does not say anything about anything just yet, but like I said, they are going to find something. It says fairly soon. Fairly soon, man. So that is that, definitely a bit scary just because of the sole fact of the ROH effect, right? You know, I think back to when AEW was trying to get Ring of Honor a deal. And it was just Ring of Honor all over AEW television. And it literally took Tony Khan like a year and a half before he finally started listening to fans' complaints about, bro, your show is all Ring of Honor. Again, it took him like 2.5 years, or like, a year and a half before he finally started to, listen to the complaints. But, um, there is a slight fear now. Obviously, with WWE, things are going to come easier. You know what I mean? They don't really have to work as hard as Tony Khan would have to, you know, ink a deal for AAA just because they have that WWE pull. There definitely is that fear, though, that you're just going to start to see all AAA stuff riddled on, WWE television. So there obviously is that fear. However, recently though, it does seem like WWE's been doing a better job at just having at just having their guys pop up on AAA stuff, which I like better.
I do. Overall, I like that system better. It's a little scary with, like you said, the AEW ROH stuff. Kind of, that's what it felt like on Raw for a little bit. Was fucking Raw AAA shit was all over. So I'm really scared they're gonna pick that back up. But I mean, good for AAA. I'm sure WWE is gonna choose Wednesday for their fucking weekly show for AAA because you gotta kind of program, even though it won't be that successful and it'll only be in certain regions. But overall, man, it is good for AAA. They're getting TV deals out of it, even though, he said Mexico, Central America, and South America. Mexico is Central America, so it's kind of redundant to say Mexico twice, essentially, but it's going to be good for them. They're going to be in all those Latin countries, so that's going to be good. And eventually, I'm sure they'll make their way onto something for the American audience, man. So it's good for them. Might be a little annoying for Raw. Hopefully, it doesn't bleed in too much, man, but we'll see how it goes.
So, speaking of people that I guess are no stranger to appearing in AAA. As a matter of fact, this man defended the AAA championship, the AAA tag titles, against the Young Bucks with his brother, 6 years ago at Double or Nothing. Penta. What's the word with Pentagon? Now, obviously, we all seen from Monday, Penta went to go for a Hurricane Rana off the barricade. He went to spin through on the Rana and completely landed on his shoulder. So, the Wrestling Observer has gave us an update on Penta. Kind of. So, they go on to state that Penta sustained a legitimate injury during Monday Night Raw during his match with Solo Sikoa. He reportedly wanted to put his shoulder back into place during the match, but the WWE medical team wouldn't allow it, so they called the match off after 4 minutes, and it was planned for 12. Penta gave an update on the situation himself via Twitter, I believe. It was either Twitter or Instagram. He says, thank you to everyone who's checked in on me. The injury has tested my body and spirit, but has also awakened the strength that has guided me. He says, I am a Mexican warrior forged in struggle, honor, and heart. And through the fall was hard. I rose with a fire stronger than ever. To my rival, my deepest respect. Thank you for your professionalism for a clean, dignified battle. I recognize your dedication and honor. I will be back very soon, stronger, more prepared, and determined to finish what I left pending. Thank you for standing with me because this war still has chapters to be written. So again, more of a, I guess, uplifting update by Penta, but there still is no official word on what happened with his shoulder, other than, like I said, the Wrestling Observer stating that, it popped out and he tried to pop it back in. Man's tried to pull a Finn Balor, but
They really did.
The WWE medical staff would not let it happen. Thankfully, they did not let it happen. And they just called off the match, man, which I was questioning, who was really supposed to win this match, because I just didn't see WWE wanting to have a semifinal of Solo versus Gunther. I just don't really know how appetizing that match sounds, to be 100% honest. But it is being reported, per Brian Alvarez, that Solo was always the scheduled winner to defeat Penta in the Last Time Is Now tournament. Does this shock you? And is Solo Sikoa versus Gunther, at the top of your list for things you wanted to see?
To be honest, it really doesn't shock me. I wouldn't have been shocked if Penta won. I really wasn't shocked that, he was supposed to lose. Obviously, he did lose anyway due to injury, which that sucks. To the injury, that sucks. I hope he gets well soon. Obviously, I guess he still thought he was in EW. He could pop that bitch in and keep going. It ain't like that, bro. You gotta heal up. So hopefully the heal up goes well, and hopefully he's back soon, man. But not all that shocked that Solo was planning to win. I mean, again, not even for the Gunther and Solo match, because that's the fucking match. But it's more or less I didn't see Penta beating Solo anyway overall.
Okay.
I mean, I just didn't.
I get you.
So that I'm not shocked about. I'm really not. But man, Gunther and Solo, that's a match that's gonna happen. Very interested to see how that happens, man, and I'm very interested to see Gunther probably just beat him down and fucking win, and you're gonna have the fucking dorks just standing there staring at their boy losing. So very curious to see that, man. But to be honest, I'm not too shocked that Penta was supposed to lose the whole time, man. Unfortunately, I didn't see him beating Solo. I would have loved him to, because I would have really liked the Penta and Gunther match. But I guess that just wasn't the plan the whole time.
Yeah, I completely get your point. And that's 100% valid. I just think I was maybe seeing past that a little too much, because all I was thinking was, kind of what the fuck is Solo Sikoa versus Gunther? I think Penta versus Gunther sounded a lot better than that. Either way, I think the finals are going to end up being Gunther versus LA Knight, I want to say. At least I hope so, but, Triple H does hate LA Knight, so I wouldn't doubt I wouldn't doubt if he doesn't, but at the end of the day, I completely get your point, but especially with the way WWE's been booking Solo, it definitely is hard to see him lose to Penta. Which, if I'm looking at that match without thinking about anything else around it, I would obviously have thought, Solo would go over there. But again, I probably was looking past that a little bit too much, because again, I knew the winner, was facing Gunther. So I was like, surely WWE's not going to have Solo face Gunther, not only because that match just sounds just weird, but, these are two guys that WWE likes to have look strong, so to me, it didn't make too much sense to do that match. And even now, I don't know how that match is going to go. But I mean, I'm interested to see, I guess, what happens with it. I'm interested to see what happens with it and where, that whole thing goes, man. So, I mean, it definitely is going to be interesting to see. But yeah, I could have, like you said, I could have absolutely seen Solo beating Penta. I definitely think I look past it a little too hard, just because of, I don't know, Solo and Gunther. That just does not really sound good.
No.
Yeah,
it really doesn't.
That's like, that's like telling me, we have the big marquee match of John Moxley versus Adam Copeland. Like, okay, who the fuck asked for this? Like, what, I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, no, legitimately, like, who is this booked for? So, I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it works out. Next up, we have a new WWE signee. Well, kind of new, I guess. Eagle Blanc. If you guys don't know who Eagle Blanc is, we brought to you guys a story a long time ago that Eagle Blanc and his partner Mike DiVecchio had signed with WWE back in May, but he's just getting his Performance Center pictures done now. So I don't know if WWE like stalled on him or if they just waited. I have no idea. But in these Performance Center pictures, we didn't see his buddy, his tag partner, Mike DiVecchio. I remember back in May, we told you guys they need to fucking change both of their names. Because what the hell is Eagle Blanc? Which does mean white eagle, but that's just horrible. I'm sorry. It's just a horrible name. They have changed his name. WWE has changed his name to Elio LaFleur, which is a hell of a lot better than Eagle Blanc. I can say that. I mean, LaFleur is what it is. Elio is, that's fine. It's fucking better than Eagle. I'll say that. So again, the name rolls off the tongue a lot better than Eagle Blanc. I don't know what that name is at all, but yes, his new name is now Elio LaFleur, and he is reportedly one of the several names, or this is one of the names that Eagle Blanc suggested to WWE. And apparently he's going to be on AAA. Hopefully he does great. Again, I like the new name. It's, again, that you were not getting any worse. I swear you were not getting any worse than Eagle Blanc. So you could have literally named him anything and it would have been literally his name could have been anything. And it would have been better than Eagle Blanc.
Literally, Eagle Blanc is crazy, man. But it's interesting that they waited from May till now to fucking start picking up, sending the dude to the actual PC and shit. Don't know if he was injured or there was like this whole maybe waiting period they had to go through for whatever. Maybe he wasn't gonna make it, man. Maybe he wasn't gonna make it, man. But he made it. He made it to at least take the PC pictures and start training. So we'll see how it goes with Mr. What's his new name again?
Elio LaFleur.
Elio LaFleur. Okay, that's better than Eagle Blanc. Hopefully, with the new name change and him getting the PC, we could see something with this guy.
Yeah, because you know what? That might be him. Hold on. Well, hopefully they change his boy's name too, because golly, they both had some bad names. I can't lie to you, man. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Mike DiVecchio. Oh, okay. No, that is him in the picture. Okay. All right. So he is in the picture. All right, he is one of the guys in the latest group of the Performance Center signings as well. So they do have Mike DiVecchio and Eagle Blanc. I can't remember what their tag team name was. But yes, now his name is Elio LaFleur. So there you go.
That's much better.
There you go. Now hopefully, we get a change for Mike DiVecchio as well. So
Mike DiVecchio.
Or DiVecchio. Whatever it is, he needs a new name. Mike needs a new name. So please give him a new name. Because yeah, but so they are both in WWE now, and Lord knows that NXT and the main roster tag division needs their help. So, yeah. Who's the righteous? Where is the righteous? Please, can we get the fucking righteous? I mean, can we please just get the righteous before I see them pop their fucking heads up in Ring of Honor again? Please?
No,
Where are
literally.
they at?
Please just hire the Red Chase. Please.
It's right in front of your face. How do you not want those guys? They're the righteous. Vincent is so fucking cool, and he's such a great promo. What are we doing? Again,
Literally.
they've only been on the free agent market for months at this point. What's going on? Survivor Series. And it's not to mention, too, WWE has an amazing tag roster on paper.
They do nothing.
If
Yep.
you showed me a list, just a list, a couple years ago, before Triple H fucked everything up. So, if you showed me when Triple H first took over in 2022 or whatever it was, if you showed me a list of all the tag teams that they have, I would have told you Triple H is he's gonna eat it up with this. Tag team wrestling will be back in 2025. That's what I would have told you if you would have showed me the list of fucking teams that they had. To see where we are is ridiculous. I mean, if you look up and down that list, you see teams like the New Day, the Creed Brothers, the War Raiders, Fraxium, DIY, the Wyatts, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Loomis. Again, you would see teams on there like the Street Profits and the Gorillas of Destiny. So many teams. I probably would have lost my mind if you would have told me he had Gorillas of Destiny on his roster in the year of 2025. And to see what he has fucking done with the Finn Balor and JD McDonough, I would have, if you would have showed me just a list, again, I would have told you tag team wrestling is fucking back in 2025. And I don't know if we're ever going to get it back. I fucking hope we do. Because I miss it. But, dude, what is
A real
that?
bad state.
Yeah. So hopefully they do right with Eagle Blanc and Mike DeVecchio. Because, again, like I just said, man, Lord only knows how much they need their help.
Literally.
Survivor Series. According to WrestleTix, 6,461 additional tickets for Survivor Series have been sold in the span of 4 days. WWE are looking at over 41,000 fans in attendance for the show. All of that to get to watch 4 matches.
4 matches. Your problem, man. You're paying. If it's anything close, which I'm sure it is, close to the chamber tickets we're seeing, man, you're paying probably 500 at least a seat to watch 4 matches. That's insane.
Yes, which
That's wild.
the current, the most updated seating chart, they have sold 41,001 ticket. Which, if you look at Ticketmaster, let's go ahead. Now, this is Ticketmaster, so you might be able to find them a little bit cheaper. Let's see. WWE San Diego. All right. War Games. The cheapest seat in the house. Oh, I know this is going to be bad. Okay. Yes, I agree. Okay. Whoa. Oh. Never mind. I thought that was 100 section. Okay, that's 200. Okay, 200 sections are going for $100, which 200 section actually might not be that bad.
No, that's respectable.
Nosebleeds are going for about 150. 100 section, you're looking at about $500. So pretty much what we would be paying for Elimination Chamber. About $500 for the 100. Yeah,
Sit on the floor. It's 3,100.
3,100. That's just, oh god. On the floor, he said.
Yep, just random. If you want to sit right on the barricade, man, right on the turn where they turn,
Right.
um, $8,700
What?
if you want to be on the barricade.
What did you say?
Yeah, $8,775 per ticket.
We were looking at chamber tickets last night, which it's coming, guys. Just trust me. We haven't got the tickets yet. We will let you know as soon as we do. It's gonna happen. We're kind of just waiting right now. We're in a waiting period. However, there was ringside seats. I think the most expensive one I seen was $7,800 to sit ringside for Elimination Chamber. Which the tickets we're looking at are about in the range of 5 to 6. So that's, unfortunately, I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's I guess doable for WWE's standards. But yeah. So there you go. There you go. So yeah, we got quite the task with these chamber tickets, man. Which which is about a $200 upcharge from what we paid for Survivor Series War Games in Chicago 2 years ago. Holy shit, that was 2 years ago, bro. Damn.
Years ago, it's crazy. Does
Yeah,
not feel like it.
yikes. It really does. It feels like just yesterday, bro. It really, that's such a corny thing to say, but it really does. It actually, like, man, like, I still remember the hype. I still remember the hype. I still remember the superstore, literally walking around with you guys, like, just fucking buying a fuck ton of shit. I still remember walking into the arena. I still remember that smelly fucking hallway. I remember, I remember, I remember fucking dude, fucking Triple H. He had us fucking standing out there in the fucking cold that night for
Freezing
SmackDown.
cold.
I still remember standing out there just freezing my balls off. And Logan's from Minnesota, so he didn't give a shit. But I'm sitting there shivering, as was
Shivering
this
my ass
guy.
off.
My
Mm-hmm.
nose is running because I'm so cold, and obviously I don't got any
Yep.
tissue on me. I'm like, dude, this is horrible. Yeah, it was. I still remember it, man. I
Hands are
still,
freezing. It's
yeah,
fucking insane. I
yeah,
was like,
man.
bro, sitting there cold as shit. For the actual pay-per-view, it wasn't too bad. We got in there pretty quickly for the
Yeah, we
pay-per-view, and
did.
I don't think it was as cold for the pay-per-view. But SmackDown, we were dead ass sitting out there for like 45 minutes, freezing our ass off, dude. It was
Bro,
insane.
the worst part was that was in November, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't our Novembers ain't that cold, but you know what is
Right.
cold? Our Februarys.
Fucking. Oh, it's gonna be
Bro,
freezing.
I already, and we'll be closer to the lake cuz
Oh,
we'll be on Madison Street, so we'll have, oh god, that's going to be,
God, no.
I already know that is going to be fucking frozen, dude. That is going to literally be frozen, man. Yeah, that's,
Very interested to see how like pulling up and leaving is gonna be because I don't think it was that bad for for the first dance. I don't think it was, but this is like a big WWE pay-per-view, so I'm very curious to see how porous the traffic is gonna be.
uh well, me and you always wait a minute just because we know not to deal with the bullshit. So
Yeah,
we'll usually sit in the car for like a minute. Um which United Center is, the streets aren't as tight as Allstate Arena. So there's a lot more road around you. As to where Allstate, you know, there's pretty much only two ways you can really exit the
exit.
parking lot. You know what I mean? So as to where United Center, there's multiple lots. So usually, we just spot hero a lot that's
Spots.
not too far. That's not too far, behind, but or not, too far away from the venue. So spot hero is usually a pretty nice help for Survivor Series. I will say that, as to where, again, all states got their parking lot, and that's all they got. You know what I mean? There
all
ain't
they
no
have.
other lots. There's literally 2 ways to exit that venue. As to where the UC, there's 20 different ways you can exit the United Center. So that's one thing I like about the United Center. It's a way set up better system. Cause yeah, all state, man, again, there's 2 ways in, there's 2 ways out, right? So that's that can fucking be. Dude, do you remember how long we were sitting there outside of SmackDown? We were sitting there for like 45 minutes before I even started the car. And then we sat there.
So bad.
Yes, and then we sat there like another 20 minutes, waiting for people to move. So
Literally.
yeah,
Allstate is really bad with their parking lot, but that is true. There's a lot of, as long as you don't go out the one way like we did that one time.
Oh no, I had to risk it for the biscuit, guys. One time, our parking lot was like right there. It was maybe like, dude, it was maybe like 50 feet away, and I drove. I drove the wrong way down the one way because I was like, dude, I'm not going, because the traffic was so heavy and I would have had to go all the way around. I was like, dude, fuck this. And because the street was empty. So I was like, all right, fuck it. So I just drove down the one way the wrong way. I think there was like one car that beeped at me and I was like, oh, fuck you, dude. I wasn't even in his way at all, which is the worst part. I literally wasn't even like, dude beeped at me like I was about to, I was about to smash the front of his car, but I'm like, dude, get out of here, bro. What are you beeping for? But yeah, so good old, I guess I was the asshole driver in that situation. I can't even say anything. I was the one driving down the one way the wrong way. But fuck that guy, okay? I had places I needed to be. All right.
We in the city, bro. You gotta do whatever you gotta do to move around.
I was gonna say, I know I'm not one of these idiots that can't drive. I knew exactly what I was doing, so it's okay. It'll be okay.
There.
So I don't know, man, but yeah, that is that, and that is the tickets that, or the attendance for Survivor Series that should be showing up tomorrow night. WrestleMania 42. Well, first and foremost, we have the Robbie show here. He says, I see the Vision winning. I'm assuming you're talking about in War Games. I agree. That babyface team is too dysfunctional.
Dude, they're just gonna argue with each other that whole match.
Yes, it's just gonna be Cody Rhodes chatting it up, thinking he fucking owns the team, asking Roman Reigns why he's fighting the fight that he's been fighting since WrestleMania, even though bro just showed up. Who invited blood? But he says he's new to the channel. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening, man. Much appreciated. So thank you very much.
Oh, definitely. Thank you, man. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being new to the channel and joining in on the channel.
So, WrestleMania 42. WWE. They started these teasers. Who's it going to be, man? The IWC is saying it's going to be Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan. As you fucking saw Rhea Ripley's hand tat in that fucking first
Literally,
teaser.
bro.
But okay.
WWE have sent out their teasers again. And yet again, for the second time, as if they haven't learned from the first time, the IWC, they're trying to tell us that this was a Liv Morgan return. This is a debut. And as you can see on your screen, it was WWE doing teasers, the exact same type of teasers they did for the men's one, they did for the women. They did a bunch of teasers for a WrestleMania events tickets on sale now ad. And this time, instead of Paul Heyman, Martin scores idiot, Paul Levesque, Brock, Punk, Cody, and Roman, they did Tiffany, Becky, Charlotte, Rhea, Jade, and Io. Again, this is why I said on Monday, when I seen this, I didn't put too much stock into it because of shit like this, because they think that that tickets going on sale is worth hyping your fan base up for ultimately what is yes, failure. It's why are we doing vignettes for tickets going on sale? Just fucking announce the tickets are on sale.
Been on sale for months. They were already on sale with the first teaser. You just did it to get people to bid more tickets, and you're doing it for the women. First of all, this is a whole Vegas theme. Why are they just sitting at a table eating dinner? And second of all, where's the fucking food at? There ain't a single piece of food on that fucking table. What are they eating?
They got a
You know what? That is the perfect representation of WrestleMania, man. You got this big fancy table, all done up, all nice, and you know nothing to fucking eat. You're fucking starving there. That is the perfect way to describe current WWE booking. All fancy, no food. That's really what it is, man. That's really what it is. It sucks Bianca can't be there.
yeah.
Even with her finger, I still probably would have put her in the ad.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
she's one of the biggest women you got. I don't know why she isn't in the ad. I don't know why AJ Lee's not in the ad. If she, is back, it looks like she is finally back again, and I would have probably put her in the ad. But overall, I mean, good for them for getting an ad, I guess. But it's fucking pointless. It really is, man. It really is.
100%, man. Jacob Fatu is all gas, no brakes with it, and Paul Levesque is all plate, no food with it. And that,
It really is.
that's an amazing call out you make, Sir K. Where the fuck is the food? And also, too, with the men's being a poker themed, why aren't we doing like a grimy Raiders themed, like film some shit in a junkyard or something, fucking something cool. Like, dude, again,
I'm in an alley.
you did the
Something.
you did the casino theme last year. You fucking failed it. Okay, you didn't. It should have been a lot better than it was, in my honest opinion. And now I actually really like what they did. Again, it's the logo is grimy. You know, it's actually too. When we go to Chamber, we're gonna see the Derrick Rose banner and this sign, this black and white Raiders themed kind of
Oh, that's true.
Mania sign, because the sign will be up by then. But
Haven't-
again,
Ooh,
where is my Raiders theme stuff, bro?
literally. Where's
I
it at? Like,
now again,
mhm.
to me, the Raiders will always truly be Oakland's team. They'll never truly be the Las Vegas Raiders to me. But bro, you literally did a Raiders themed looking logo. So at least like all grimy and grungy looking. Again, it gives Raiders vibes. Do some Raiders shit. What are we doing? Why are they at a fucking table eating nothing?
Literally eating nothing. Like you said, they did the gambling theme last year. They only fucking half did it. It literally looked like more of like a theater themed WrestleMania than
Yes.
like a Vegas gambling themed WrestleMania. That was my big problem with it. And then you make a logo, which is very cool, grimy Raiders theme, but then you're just visually doing the whole gambling thing ever again. Even though I guess for the women they got a fucking dinner theme, a fancy dinner theme. Shit, if you're gonna have the guys at a poker table, I don't know, put the women at like a blackjack table or something to at least keep up with the Do y'all keep up with a theme? The logo's completely inconsistent with the men's one. The women's completely inconsistent with the men's. Triple H, I get you want to film all this different shit, dude, because you're fucking Martin Scorsese. You want to film The Godfather one second, and you want to film Wolf of Wall Street the other. But you have to fucking choose a path, dude, and you're not fucking choosing a path.
No. He has a hard time
He's
choosing
really not.
paths. He has a hard time
He
committing.
does.
So now we got some news on WrestleMania 42 as well, but at the same time, it's news about War Games. Oh man, this is where I'm starting to get scared because last year's WrestleMania trips, you fucked it up. According to the Observer, this is what makes me even more scared because Dave is great at sounding like an idiot when he first says something, but then ended up being right about it. So now I'm even more scared. WWE are planning to heavily tease what the WrestleMania 42 main event will be in the men's War Games match. So that means out of those 10 dudes in that match, 2 of them will probably be main eventing night 2 of fucking WrestleMania. He says, I was given the impression that the WrestleMania main event on Saturday there will be teases that will help you figure out what the Mania main event will be. Certainly on Monday, the tease was the tease on Monday was absolutely a tease for the main event, which would lead you to believe it's either Roman, or it would lead you to believe it's Roman challenging either Cody Rhodes or CM Punk. Let me stop before I ask you any questions. I swear to fucking God, if Roman Reigns challenges Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania, we're going to have a fucking problem. However, what do you think about this? Do you see Roman challenging either Cody or Punk? Because me and you talked about this a little bit on Monday. It was actually they ended up making the thumbnail for Unscripted this past Monday because it was such a big talking point of ours. I know you said it was Punk. Does the idea of Triple H doing Cody and Roman scare you? Only because Triple H has a thing for just putting big names in matches and thinking this is just automatically something that's a great idea.
He does, and especially like look at Roman and Brock. Look at that matchup that this fucking company milked to utter fucking deletion, dude. Like holy, then they're still fucking chopping it up with this war game shit now, acting like it's something we want to see. I feel like I really wouldn't be shocked if they want to do that with Roman and Cody, and I wouldn't be shocked if since Punk got injured or not Punk, Seth got injured, my bad. That, the kind of original plan of Punk and Seth, they were probably going to do at that Saturday night's main event. I wouldn't be shocked if they want to do that at Mania now. I really wouldn't be shocked. Personally, if Roman was facing anybody, I would 100% be okay with Roman facing Punk for that title at Mania. I would. It's a different opponent technically not a different opponent for Roman. One-on-one, it's a different opponent for Roman, and it's a title he hasn't gone for. So I'm cool with Roman going for Punk, and I would think that would be the plan, because that's the logical plan. But like you said, I really wouldn't be shocked if he goes for Cody again, because they love running the big name matches back. They love running them back. And I feel like they might want to officially wrap up Punk and Seth. The fact that they couldn't do it at Saturday Night's main event. Unfortunately, wouldn't be shocked if that's the case, and that sounds god fucking awful. First of all, I don't want to see Punk and Seth. No, and I really don't want to see Cody and Roman, because that means Cody has to hold this fucking thing till WrestleMania, and I would think he would beat Roman at WrestleMania, and that's even worse. Oh man, that sounds like a nightmare, man. What do you think about this?
So, I actually think, despite what I just said, I think it will be Punk. I'm just saying, if they even look in the direction of Cody and Roman, we are in for a hard 2026 in this company. I'll say that right now. Overall, dude, I think it'll be Punk. I think it will be
I think
Punk.
so. I hope so.
I think it will be Roman and Punk because I could see them wanting to give Punk a night 2 main event, being that he is pretty much like their top star now. And again, you know how Triple H is with wanting to put his top stars in Mania matches together. And with Seth being injured, I think you were actually fucking right, dude. I think the actual plan was they were going to run back Rollins versus
for sure.
Reigns versus Punk with the World Heavyweight title at stake this time. But we all lucked out. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I'll tell you what is going to happen. Roman and Punk are going to challenge each other. And whoever wins, wins. The next night on Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
the Vision is going. I can almost guarantee you, and I could really see this happening. Roman and Punk are going to fight each other at Mania, and whoever wins, wins. The next night on Monday Night Raw, they're going to come out, and both men will have finally got over their differences with each other. The Vision is going to attack them. The Vision should probably have Austin Theory by then. And fucking Seth Rollins is going to be the one to come out and help Roman and Punk. And we're going to do a reconciling storyline with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. I don't know why I get that feeling. And Rollins and Reigns are also going to reconcile, and they're going to all team up to take on the Vision. This is probably all going to culminate with Braun Breaker beating Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship or CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. That is just the feeling I'm getting. This is an early prediction, again, so if I do end up being right, come back to this, please. But I don't know why I'm getting that feeling, but I just have a feeling Rollins is going to end up coming back to help Roman and Punk fight off the Vision.
100% agree with you, and that is 1,000% everything that's gonna happen, dude. I think the winner of that WrestleMania match is the most not obvious thing. I really think it could be either Punk or Roman.
Yeah.
That's gladly seems like a pretty 50-50. Both possible choices can win thing, which is good. I do like that. But the aftermath is 100% guaranteed to a T what you said. All the baby faces are gonna reconcile. Roman's gonna have this mutual respect for Punk like he does for Cody now. Seth is gonna come back. They're gonna have the opposition of the Vision to bring them all together.
Yep.
Punk is gonna reconcile with fucking Seth, and then Roman and Seth are gonna reconcile like old brothers again. Fuck me. And literally, worst part about that is we're gonna have to deal with that all of 2026 to get to next year's War Games.
God.
Fucking kill me. So, we're getting Vision this year in War Games. We're 100% getting Vision again next year with War Games. And dead ass, worst part is they're probably gonna get Cody on that team again too next year.
Wonderful.
It's horrible.
What the fuck, dude?
This is horrible, man, but it's so likely.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't know why I got that feeling, man, but I just got a bad feeling that is what's going to end up happening after the night after WrestleMania. Or again, maybe not even that, but whenever Rollins does come back, they will have him again be the, it's the whole, I hate them more than I hate you. Kind of isn't that the promise Roman just made, to Cody and Punk? That's exactly what Rollins is going to say. I hate Paul Heyman and the Vision more than I hate you guys. That's 100%.
We all hate Paul Heyman.
Yes, that's going to be the fucking story they go with. And,
Yep.
There you go. Very creative, Paul.
It's going to be so annoying. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You know what's worse about that, too? You got all that on Raw, and you're probably just going to have Cody beating somebody at WrestleMania and then going on the next night to just cheese it up.
Yeah.
Dude, 2026
I
looks bleak.
had to take apart my brother Randy Orton. Randy
And then
Orton.
and then worst part is Randy is either going to turn after the match or on that episode of SmackDown.
Oh God.
Good God. Oh man, this 2026 looks bleak, dude. I like how we were going into 2025 very optimistic for this company, and it turned out super bleak. And now we're going into 2026, and it looks very bleak, which I hope that means it's going to be the opposite, like it was this year, and it's good next year. But if they're on the track record they are this year, it's looking bleak, dude. It's looking real bleak.
It is. It is. But as you said, for the champion itself coming out of Mania, I
That part's cool.
I do like that because that's the most unpredictable part out of the whole thing. It really is. It's hopefully I will say maybe that means we get to see Roman in the chamber. We get to see the man in the
Yeah.
United Center. So unless fucking
Even
Randy Orton wins the Elimination Chamber, which, bro, no. Which,
no,
so does Randy win the Rumble? Like what? Which, I
fuck,
mean,
like
Saudi does love him. I mean, he would get a great reaction there. Not that Chicago would like boo the guy or anything, but I would
that
just
might be the best way
personally
to do it.
rather Orton or
No,
Roman win the chamber personally.
I was gonna say, to be honest, I think that might if Randy is gonna face Cody, which I don't think I can't think of another Soul to face Cody, so I think Randy's everyone's de facto to face him at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I I do think since it's in Saudi, it might be him be winning the Rumble in Saudi, and then but I don't know, maybe they want to stab Pat. Well, yeah, maybe they do want to stat pat him and have him win another Rumble, or they want to add different stats to him and make a chamber. That's scary. I hope we
Yeah.
don't get that.
I hope not, dude. I oh
I
god, I
really
hope
hope
not,
not.
man. But yeah, I don't I really, man, I really don't know at this point unless Sammy is still the plan and they end up doing Sammy winning the Rumble and Sammy and Cody. Maybe if
Maybe I
Sammy
would
still
like
is the
that.
plan,
I would
cuz
really like Sammy.
yeah, but they still haven't done the Orton match, so it really does make you think like, is Cody going to fucking beat him? Which is like bang my head up against the wall. Like, dude, is Cody just gonna win? Like, I am not excited. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. Once John Cena retires, man, I'm looking at Elimination Chamber, and
That's it.
other than that, I am not excited for anything with this company going into 2026, man. I mean, I'm so. After the shit they done pulled this year with Jey Uso winning that fucking Royal Rumble, and then what we ended up getting at Mania, dude, I am, I am shaking in my boots going into 2026 for this company, man. I cannot even lie to you guys, bro.
Same. Like, dude, it is looking so bleak, especially with the SmackDown Cody side. Like, again, Roman and Punk, although it's got the whole Vision Seth stuff with it, which looks annoying. Those two individually facing each other is really dope. And
Yeah,
again, I'd actually be cool with either or winning. I might
same.
even say crazy enough, I might prefer Roman winning. That's crazy, but I think I'd
So
be down for it.
with that, I really think it all depends on like who WWE thinks Braun Breaker is gonna look better beating, which I feel is
feel like
Roman.
it will be Roman. Yeah, and they kind of already like I feel like yeah, even at War Games, I mean, I know they're gonna at War Games they're gonna set up Punk and fucking Roman. I already know it, but I feel like there might be some definite Roman and Braun teases in there for 2 years down the line.
You know what? If we end up getting the, I'm, I'm sorry to ruin War Games 2026 for you right now, bro.
It's already ruined. Trust me.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. So if they tease, obviously, I don't think this will be the main event of WrestleMania. Obviously, it says here it'll be between Roman, Punk, or Cody, so watch out for them. We all know they're going to tease something with Braun and Brock. That War Games team for 2026, if everybody stays healthy, assuming, will probably end up being everybody on this fucking WrestleMania men's poster
Yep.
with Seth Rollins. They will probably get Cody, Roman, Punk, Rollins, and Brock Lesnar on the babyface team for next year to go against some sort of Braun Breaker-led team that hopefully doesn't have Logan Paul on it again. Because
Still,
if
I would think. Mm-hmm.
because again, like coming out of Mania, I'm assuming Braun will beat Brock, so Brock will have some sort of existing beef come War Games next year with Breaker.
Unless, since they're both, I think, still going to be Paul Heyman guys, and if, for some reason, even though they didn't fucking pick up on that for this War Games, that he had a weird respect with Cody at the end of their feud, I would, to be honest, I see more of them having an on-TV mutual respect, and I still see Brock being on the heel team with the Vision overall.
I could see
I would
that.
be
Well,
shocked at
it
that.
all depends how heated, I guess, they make that feud.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel if they just kind of market and book it as like, oh, two big names against each other, what's gonna happen? They're both Paul Heyman guys. Other than these two guys want to kill each other, it's all about how they book that WrestleMania match.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't know, man. Things are definitely going to get very interesting, man. But yeah, that is everything for the news here today, you guys. And moving on to the Survivor Series War Games predictions. Starting off, we have what I'm assuming will open the show, the Women's War Games match. We have the heel team, the Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch. The hell is that team? Versus Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and AJ Lee for the women's babyface team.
This is hard because it doesn't fucking matter, you know? Like, who fucking cares about this, dude? I would think the babyface team, I think I'm gonna go with, because I think it's really all about AJ and Becky, to be honest with this. And I think, well, with, EO and Kabuki Warriors and all them too, but I'm gonna say babyface team.
Me too. I think, I think this is gonna go to the babyface team because I think this will be AJ Lee's reason to get a singles match with Becky Lynch, and then, I obviously think this is going to be Rhea and Io's reasoning to get their tag title match at whenever. So I think for this one, I'm pretty confidently going to say the babyface team. For the Women's World Championship, we have Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Vacker. Yes, this is on the undercard. I'm serious.
This is on pay-per-view.
There's only one right answer here. At least I hope, Paul. There's only one right answer here. Hopefully, assuming Paul doesn't have a stick up his ass tomorrow night, this will go to Stephanie Vacker.
Definitely obvious Stephanie win. Just stop with Nikki, bro. Just stop, please.
She's a trailblazer.
Trailblazer. Okay.
Oh fuck. Oh god. An immediate rush of sadness came over me. Guys, for the Intercontinental Championship, we have Dominic Mysterio taking on the greatest of all time, the Never Seen 17, the Grand Slam last real champion, John Cena, in his final pay-per-view appearance.
That's crazy, man. I can't believe it.
Fuck.
That's sad, dude. That's sad.
Well, this will also be his last time in, like, I guess a stadium.
Yeah,
This will be his
that
last
is
time.
true.
Should be his last time in a stadium. Last time in a baseball park. Last time. Yeah, I guess baseball parks are considered stadiums. So
Yeah,
man,
that's crazy, man.
fuck,
Sucks.
that's crazy. Yeah, this will be his last time in a stadium, dude. Crazy. This will be his last time in front of a crowd over 40K. Last time in San Diego, last Survivor Series. Wow. John Cena, bro. Crazy, crazy work. You know how this is gonna go. Cena's gonna want to put over Dominic. Obviously,
Yeah.
Cena, he's Cena believes in the future. Cena believes in the future of the company. I'm sure he loves Dom. So, we all know John Cena will probably lose the Intercontinental Championship on this night, and drop it back to Dominic in his final Survivor Series, his last pay-per-view, bro. So, his last pay-per-view, it is a little poetic. His last pay-per-view win ended up being against AJ Styles. Should he end up losing this match. So, man, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a sad one, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Dom.
Exactly. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say Dom too. I think it's very obvious Dom win. I think they're gonna want to get the IC title off him before the last match, and I think they just want to back on Dom anyway. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be great, and I think Dom's gonna win.
Triple H, he loves putting a championship on Cena just to give it back to the original champion. This is not the first time we've seen this year. Rinse
Oh,
and
Triple
repeat,
H.
Paul. Rinse and fucking repeat, Paul. So, the main event, the men's War Games match. Did you see CM Punk said he thinks the women's match should main event the show? Like, holy brownie points.
All right, bro. I know you don't like Hangman, and you always see like Hangman trying to do the whole. You ever seen the Hangman stuff where he calls himself when he's champion the men's world champion to like
Mm-hmm.
put it on the same level as the women's and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, really just trying to fucking outdo him with that shit. I get you don't like the guy. You don't this shit. Dog, be for real. What is that women's war game? First of all, your guy, the men's one sucks too, but the women's is even more useless, which is saying something.
Yeah, Punk. We're gonna go ahead and put the women's in the main. We're gonna put Lash Legend and Nia Jax in the main event over Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, and Braun Breaker, and Drew McIntyre, and Bronson Reed, and the
Logan Paul.
Usos. We'll put the women's in the main event
Don't forget
instead.
Logan Paul.
No, it's okay. Um,
But
um, this babyface team this is literally replace Cody Rhodes with Sami Zayn, dude. This is the exact same team they had last year.
yep, exact same team they had last year. And worst part is, it's probably gonna be the exact same team next year. Except
Um,
replace maybe Cody with Seth.
See, I would have predicted Jey Uso turning here, but it seems like they dropped his whole little heel storyline. Um, I could have seen it though. I don't know about now. Now the whole dysfunction on the babyface team, obviously, I think is going to come with some sort of Roman revealing the champion that he was talking about on Monday. And I think the Bronze are probably going to capitalize on that and get their victory. I really hope Brock actually adheres to the rules. I hope he doesn't bust himself through cages and completely ruin the the idea of the match. I hope not. So Brock, please have this fucking guy follow the fucking rules, man, because I really don't feel like I really don't feel like watching Brock just do whatever the fuck he wants like he did in that one elimination chamber where he just shoot just busted through the pod because he didn't feel like standing in there anymore. Like, what the fuck is that? So I don't know, but that's the thing with Brock. I feel like you have to have him. I feel like you have to have him in a shark cage, because if you have him start the match, the whole match is just going to be him fucking suplexing people. But then if you have him wait in a shark cage, I just feel like he's just going to break himself out of it or do some Brock stuff. So I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I'm very scared for Brock in this match. I do have Chamber 2022 PTSD from Brock. I can't lie.
I think their best way out of this might be making him like number 2 or 3 to come out through the cage. So like there's enough people in there to where there's actually some type of match going on, but like not waiting till the very end where he gets super impatient and just wants to bust out anyway. That might be the best course of action. Or I could even, with the way they do Brock, and they kind of have the whole thing with the vision where Brock is just on his own schedule. I wouldn't be shocked if they do that even with the cage, where he's not in the cage. He's either in his locker room or just didn't arrive yet to the show up until he has to come out for the match itself. I wouldn't be shocked at that either.
And
That might be your best way
And
out of that.
I think that's the best way out. I think do
That's the
not put him
best
in a
way.
cage. Just save him for last and save him to where there's everybody else in the match first, because I don't know. He just scares me with his antics. He really does.
Yeah, his impatience and shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say the heel team. I think Braun will probably end up. We might even see a little bit of arguing between the Bronze and Brock, something like that. I don't know, but I'm interested to see who the MVP of the match is going to be. I will say that, but yeah, that is pretty much everything, man. That's pretty much everything. Those are your predictions for the men's War Games match. And yeah, man, that is going to do it for this edition of NHP. That is going to do it for another edition of the news. This has been episode 294. As again, we will be live tomorrow night with your Survivor Series War Games San Diego show predictions, man. And with that being said, thank you guys as always. It has been always a pleasure. My Johnny.
And that's okay.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the news. Again, this has been episode 294. Thank you to my guys, a part of the Replay Mafia, and everybody a part of the live chat. We got the Robbie Show, Hunter, Mr. Welcome Down and Cut These Shiz Off at Gotti Devon. We got my boy Lawn Dog in the house and OG. Thank you guys as always for joining us. And with that, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys tomorrow with the Survivor Series War Games San Diego 2025 NHP post-show review.
Peace.